What up, YouTube? This is Daniel Rucker with True Table. Welcome to the table. Today, I'm going to be discussing a topic that I stumbled across on my boy's TikTok, actually. Shout out to Modern Dating, my boy Sean. You guys go ahead and check him out. He puts out good content. He actually was on my YouTube channel last week on one of my live streams, so go ahead and check that brother out. But he had mentioned a statistic that I have actually known for quite some time, but I felt it was going to be an interesting topic to discuss. So we're going to get into that today, and that topic is why they have admitted that 50% of women that are in current relationships actually have a backup plan to their current relationship. So fellas, we're going to get into it. But before I get into it, before I get cooking, because you know that's what I do on this channel, I get cooking. I want you guys to go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I so appreciate it. I think I checked my numbers again yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday. And I'm about 6 subscribers away from 200. Yes, 200. I celebrate every subscriber I get. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, because this YouTube journey is going to continue to unfold. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the discussion. So, some may be asking, Daniel, why you want to talk about this? Why is it that this particular topic was something that you felt necessary to discuss? I'm going to tell you why, gentlemen. I believe in the things that I discuss, that as men, we need to always be diligent. We need to always be mindful. We need to be paying attention. One of the things that I have to learn in my development along the dating journey that I talk about often on this channel is that you can't assume, fellas, that you can place a woman in your life and that's all it requires. What do I mean? I mean, sometimes I've seen guys think that getting the girl that's all it took, just getting her. And then because he's focused on what he's building or focused on what he's doing or focused on the things that he set out to do, he negates the relationship. He negates his presence and responsibility. And like I spoke about I actually spoke about it on this channel, about the fact that you should not bore a woman, or no, apologize. I spoke about it on TikTok, but maybe I will do a show about it, how you shouldn't bore a woman, gentlemen, because boring a woman is like putting her in her grave. That's like ending a relationship. Like, you want to end a relationship fast, bore a woman. But anyway, not to get off topic. But one of the things that stood out about this particular statistic was the fact that it's a scary thought to think, like, wow, like, so she could be with me, right? But still have something to fall back on. And fellas, why this is important is because, like I'm speaking about, you as a man have to do more than one thing at a time. You have to learn how to multitask. You have to be an individual that understands the shift in energy, that understands the shift in attention. It's your job to be monitoring that, one, this woman is doing what it is that you request of her. 2, you are receiving the things that you deserve in the relationship. But also, you have to be paying attention to the shifts, you know. And why is this important? It's important because this is a real life thing, that women are out here having relationships, building actual connection with one man, while at the same time nurturing a relationship with another man, or keeping another man in the background, just in case the one that she's in right now is not going to work out or does not work out. And that's foul. For you women that are listening, that is foul behavior. Shame on you. Shame. The audacity, right? It's shameful. But men need to know this. You know, I had actually, I'll tell you guys about a situation I had some years ago. But one of my ex-girlfriends, you know, this is story time. So this is story time. I know y'all like this time. It's story time. One of my ex-girlfriends, actually my ex-girlfriend, one of the things I discovered about her when we were getting to know each other, we were in a talking phase, right? She would tell me that what made her a great girl is that she never cheated on anybody. She used to brag about how little, like how few partners she had, you know, sexual partners, and how the fact that she was always a faithful girl, right? So, okay, great. I heard her, and through conversation and us getting to know each other, I had come to discover that just what I'm talking about today on this show, about how women will be in a relationship and have a backup. She actually practiced this, gentlemen. She had eventually admitted to me that when the guy she was dating either started to mess up, slip, whatever he did, that she would start to build connections with other men and nurture those relationships to transition in the event that her current relationship did not work out. And so I had to come and check her and explain to her that just because you don't act out cheating, just because you don't go out and actually give some man some booty, what you did was like premeditated. That's worse than actually executing the cheat, like a random cheat, right? At first, she didn't understand. At first, she fought me tooth and nail and was like, no, but I was a faithful woman. I never acted on it. I said, but you were in a current relationship. So you were essentially like a rat, like a mole. Like you had left the illusion with the man you were with that you were faithful, committed, and that he was getting your undivided attention. But in all reality, he was not getting your undivided attention. You were actually nurturing a relationship and setting up safety nets just in the event that this relationship ended. That is foul. And fellas, this is what I want to talk to you guys about. Mind you, I left the link of the article in reference to these particular statistics that 50% of women had admitted, in a study done in 2019, that they have standing relationship pending, like a fallback, pretty much. What I found in the article that was more interesting was that these relationships that they talked about are with men that you may actually know. Your friends, your colleagues, people close to you. And that again, ladies, for those ladies who are listening, that's foul. That is foul behavior. But what I wanted to do is I want to talk to the men. See, men, you have to have your own level of, for lack of a better term, intuition. I don't like intuition as a word, but for lack of a better term, you have to have your own level of intuition. You as a man have to know how to identify the BS or be able to read a situation where, like I said, the energy shifts, or you notice something different in her walk or her talk or her step, her verbiage. There was a scene in the movie, I think it was Why Did I Get Married 2, if I'm not mistaken. And Tyler Perry, I'm indifferent about him. Some things I agree with, some things I don't. But anyway, I'm gonna use it as a reference. Hopefully it ties in my point. But in the movie, his wife, I believe, was cheating. I don't think she cheated on him, but I believe she found some fondness with a coworker. And so she started changing her hair, her perfume, her, certain things about her changed. He was able to pick it up. He was able to identify that something's different with my woman. What's different with her? Why is it that she's acting completely different than what her normal track record is, her normal behavior is? And fellas, this is a part of our job. It's not enough to get the woman. It's not enough to take her out on dates. It's not enough to converse with her. You, my friend, have to know that it is your job to watch over what you are placing your energy into, your resources into, your time into, and so on. Because when I say that women, by and large, do not want to lose, they don't want to fail, they don't want to place a bet that's going to leave them in a position where they're assed out, pretty much. And that's their practice, gentlemen. A lot of guys, I don't believe, know this. A lot of guys assume that, oh, well, she digging me, she feeling me, so we good. Ain't no other dude out here can catch her like me. Ain't no other dude can get her attention like me. I'm here to tell you, gentlemen, guess what? Most women are always in a position to measure what they have compared to what they can have. They are level up. They are, as they say, hypergamous. That is the practice of most women. Now, what that means to you, that means that as a man, you should always be striving to be your absolute best. That means that you should always be looking to level up and be as solid of a man as possible. This does not mean, gentlemen, that you're doing this for her. You're doing this for yourself. But at the same token, you need to be mindful of what's going on in your house. And what I mean by your house, I mean your life. If you got a woman in your life, then you need to make sure, one, that she's there on her own free will, that she's there and she's committed to you if you guys decide to do that, and she's committed to you wholeheartedly. You don't ever want to have no woman that has partial investment in your life. If she got partial investment in your life, then you keep her at a healthy distance. Any woman that's going to be in your life, gentlemen, has to be fully invested. 2 feet in, 10 toes down. Shout out to Chicago Rilla. I like the way he says that. So 10 toes down. But yes. And I feel like I believe that's very important. I believe that that's something that a lot of men need to really, really understand. Women, by and large, gentlemen, are always strategizing and always critiquing and always checking and always measuring. It's the very reason why when you're dating a woman and you guys decide to go out with other couples, that they ask certain questions. But not only are they asking questions, they're observing the treatment. They're observing the type of attention that he gives her. They're observing her happiness, or maybe how they flow together, or what their relationship may exemplify. Without necessarily knowing all the dynamics behind it, it doesn't really matter to them. What they see is the end product. And then they now start to measure and see, well, do I have that? Well, does he hold me like that? Well, is he attentive to me like that? Well, why don't we go out on dates once a week, and so on and so forth. Kevin Hart talked about this in one of his stand-ups, that you should never go on double dates because all it is going to be is a competition. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I'm more so just sharing with you that you have to be mindful to understand, gentlemen, that most of these women are actively dating you while dating the world. And I want you, gentlemen, to be aware of that. I don't want you to operate under false pretenses. I don't want you to operate from a place of being blind. I want you to always be on your post. Be mindful of what's going on in your world. Be mindful of what's going on in her world. You know, inquire, ask questions. You know, you notice a change in her and stuff. This is not insecurity. Don't let her shame you when you start asking questions on why all of a sudden her favorite color was red when y'all met, but now her favorite color is maroon or brown or taupe or whatever it may be. It is your position and your job and your right to know what's going on in your house. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this last point. I'll be approaching my 15-minute mark in 2.5 minutes or so. The type of woman you pick is very important, gentlemen. I think men need to be very, very slow in picking the type of woman that they're going to settle with. And that's very important. The type of woman I would suggest most men look for is a woman that is truly happy without you. What do I mean by that? I mean that her happiness shouldn't be predicated on you. You should be an addition to her happiness. However, she should be a whole person. She should be someone who, by nature, is just a nice, pleasant person, positive, you know, always sees the glass half full, not half empty. Someone who's optimistic, someone who's vibrant. You know, these are characteristics that I believe that if you come across this and you're attracted to this woman, that you got a higher probability that she's going to be one that is looking to be totally okay with having just one man, settling, creating a connection, creating something substantial, and building off of that. She's not going to be one of these bobbleheads that's looking left and looking right, and any little attention that she gets is going to throw her off of her pursuit and developing something great with you. And that's what I wanted to leave with you guys today. Just, you know, something to think about, something to consider. Gentlemen, it is your job to always be mindful. Always be checking the temperature of your relationship. Always be checking and making sure, don't assume, but be making sure that the person that you're allowing to occupy space in your life, that they're there and they're happy being there. That's your job. So this is Daniel Rucker with True Table, signing out. Approaching my 15-minute mark. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Like I said, we only about 6 subscribers away from 200, so let's go ahead and get your boy there. I appreciate that. Go ahead and share the content. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already done so. And yeah, you guys enjoy your day, your evening, whatever time of the day you're viewing this video. And I'm gonna come to you with some more content very soon. Thank you.